Uh-oh. This is a recording of a live stream. It may contain bloopers and frequent distractions. The audio and video quality may vary. Thank you for your understanding, and please enjoy.
Hey everyone, I'm doing good, thanks for asking. And I am playing the human blood hunter called Rune, who is really a bit of a wild card so far. He is, yes, Crimson Eye or Crimson Wolf, also a name he's called by. Well, he has some dark side, as he has proven last time, I think. We'll find more about that later.
Indeed, indeed. Swing it over now to Korm. How are we doing, brother?
Doing phenomenal. On my end, I'm playing the dwarf that is basically just there in the group to drink.
Drink and get smashed.
And I'm also a blood hunter. I'm actually kind of the brother in battle and arms of Fenris, playing the human blood hunter, and we'll not tell you too much. You will have to stay around and find out.
Just leaving it, just enough mystery there to tease everybody. Moving over now, MrDinoRawrrz, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing alright, thank you. Yeah. So, I am playing Zraythas, the OP dragon.
Yeah, super OP.
The MOP.
So, yeah.
The silver scale dragonborn sorcerer.
Yes.
Like, I still remember when you threw your first crossbow. I was like, oh man, I've rolled the wrong character. That's OP. It's like an ice lance throws somebody from. Oh man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And of course, last but no means least, Match. How are we doing, bro?
Oh boy, it's your boy.
It's your boy,
big young rapper. I'm playing the human ranger, level 2, underappreciated. Goes by the name of Blath. Real name is actually secret. I'm super excited, super ready. If you want a description of my character super quick, this is not very roleplay, but it's of course very strong, gorgeous looking, and roleplay wise, he might be a little bit of a gambler.
Little bit. He's like any opportunity to roll dice thus far, he has done so. So expect more. Expect more.
I have updated my character sheet to include. He's a gambler too. Yep.
Cool. And of course, what I really mean by last, but definitely by no means least, the man, the crafter of this epic, wonderful experience. Jax, how are we doing, bro?
Greetings, everybody. I'm doing great. Just received a new haircut. Feeling good. Got some
looking
nice
fresh
internet connection. Well, thank you, you beautiful man. You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
No, you're breathtaking.
Apart from that, I think we finally have like a text setup that could actually work and could improve the feel of the session by a lot. So let's see where today's session goes.
Indeed. Would you be so kind as to give everybody a recap of maybe the juiciest moments of our last session?
Oh, well, actually, I prefer my players do that because it gives me some insight onto how information I gave out ended up on your end, how you understood them, and where I might have to redo some things, re-mention some things. So I would prefer one of you guys doing a quick recap of what happened yesterday.
I think we should put Korm on the spot. Korm, brother, what happened last time, my man?
Actually,
what happened last time
we will put in some music behind that. I'm still see like several people missing in the room.
Oh yeah, thank you for.
I knew there was something. I forgot.
You're welcome.
By the way, for all the
got
viewers,
the music.
I recommend going to the multi-stream. You can probably catch a glimpse of all the character sheets if you wonder about any stats for anybody.
That's a very good point. Very good point.
Also, of course, it's support for everybody. So,
does somebody have the link for the shared audience music?
Yeah, please post.
I have to provide it somewhere, so I have to look for it.
The shared audio music for the. Wait. You mean our Watch Together room? Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Not,
Witcher
not a
get-
public rule. I misunderstood. But you would have every viewer in there. I would not like that. Anyway.
God, that
Are
would
you
be actually
putting the
horrible.
link on
That would be so horrible.
Skype or on Discord?
Yeah, wait.
Friendly reminder to mute your phones everywhere,
Indeed.
because I totally forgot myself.
Point.
Thank you.
Oh, it's already muted.
Oh, that's a great soundtrack to start with.
Indeed, really good one.
Everyone in there? Seems like it?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see, let's switch to the Guardians of Light. Korm, spotlight is yours. What happened last time?
So, lastly, should I start from the very beginning or just from our last episode?
The last episode.
Just the
last
previous
episode.
episode, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Last episode. Let me bring my beautiful Marvel journal up so I'm not forgetting anything. So, last episode, we continued our journey from the Yawning Portal Tavern, where we had a little chit chat with a little fella who gave us a task to find his accomplice, friends. He told us that he is beautiful and kind of helps the little gnome around with the ladies, but
It's not a gnome.
he wasn't that a gnome?
No.
No, it was like actually just like a small human.
Oh, he was a small
doesn't
human.
matter.
Okay.
No, but that's your. That's why
I love it.
kind of things.
What?
I
I thought it
think
was a gnome too.
you were so in character that you thought like, little gnome, that guy.
He gave us a task to find this also beautiful and good-looking fella. He gave us some hints that he was lost drinking with him and seen in the dark district of Waterdeep, and that's where we headed. And reaching that Waterdeep district, we had a very, very fun encounter with actually a gnome who had a little tiny shop selling all kinds of beautiful trinkets that all adventurers definitely needed on their adventures. To be short, they were just, I think, just rubbish that he tried to sell. And right after that, right as we stepped out of his door and went down the alley, closing in on another tavern that we're looking for. I just can't find in my notes where and how the tavern was called off. We faced some water-like humans. Underwater-like.
Let me take it from there. Thank you very much.
Good.
You were on the last part of your way towards the Skewered Dragon Tavern in the Dockport, where Wolof von Gedarnam, the VIP guy, your quest giver, sent you to investigate where his drinking buddy wingman kind of fella went. On the way there, you still got it did not appear to be waylaid, but you came across several interesting looking humanoids that apparently came more or less straight at us. They were covered in barnacles and coral reefs, and had strange like octopus tentacle heads or teeth like sharks. Very special individuals that had different aspects of the sea, maybe lost sailors or so. They attacked you, and you fended them off, killed them, just as you put down the last of them. A door behind your back opened, and an interesting dark figure came out. A figure that looked familiar to the creatures you just had slain. he was more human. Though. He also had some barnacles and corals, very sea-like aspects. He was wearing. I can show you actually. So we head into game, and I pull you on the. This page should work. Now you should be able to see something on Roll20, right?
Yep.
Aye, looks beautiful.
Amazing. You came. Jesus, I always fuck this key. Shift. No, god damn it. Give me a second.
Very relatable.
There we go. Now you should see something. That's how that fella looked. His body covered in barnacles, slightly greenish moss and algae, and like a skirt made of seaweed, very wet, still covered in seawater apparently. As he signaled you to come in, an offer you did not want to decline. So as you entered and dragged the corpses of the creatures you had just slain behind you, as this fella that looks very powerful, a quarterstaff in hand that has the appearance of a blue shell. And sometimes, when things are quiet, you kind of appears like there's a little thunder or crackling of lightning coming from that staff's tip. He wanted you to come in and drag the bodies in, so there's no leads to fall upon. So as you entered this shabby wooden house, very run down, worn out, scarred by the weather, you walk in to this little room, 20 by 20 feet maybe, and you see that there actually in the other end of the room is a pile of the creatures you had just slain, half a dozen or so more. As he grabs one of the bodies out of your hand with an immense strength and throws it into the other end of the room. Please, take a seat, my heroes.
Blath is gonna nudge.
The door behind you.
Blath is gonna nudge Tamron real quick and go, "Keep your eyes out. This man seems a little fishy."
Nice one there.
Cameron does his best to remain in character, but breaks a smirk specifically on one side of his face that made him look a little bit goofy, like this. Struggle to contain a laugh.
That I am no fish.
I was supposed to whisper that. Oopsie.
I was gonna say, please tell me you whispered that.
Can I do like a super quick perception check? Because I am very distrustful of this guy.
Yeah, sure. So you can either do like a perception check to take on your surroundings, it's like kind of scan the room, or do an insight check if you want to specifically like check if he's sketchy.
Okay. I would like to kind of just look around if there's any dangers or any possible traps or anything.
Case,
so
make a
that'll be perception. Yep.
Yes. 40, not too shabby. As he signals you towards a big wooden table, kind of in the center of the room where there's also some chairs around, you take a glance through the room. I mentioned the pile of bodies in the back of the room earlier. And there also appears to be like a big, not a pot, but more like a bathtub, a big thingy. Maybe imagine Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. A big bathtub filled with apparently water. It has like the smell of seawater. Apart from that, the room appears to be more or less empty. There's an empty desk, as well as a wardrobe, which has open doors and appears to be completely empty. So this fella walks into the bathtub as he stands there with his skirt of seaweed. Kind of watches you. The bathtub is close to the table, so he's at the one end of the table. Would you like to take a seat, guys?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
yeah,
I'm
so-
not an enemy of yours.
No need to be rude, friends. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality. We are tired.
Rune,
And I carefully but at a reasonable pace take my seat.
Rune is standing there. He's still standing. He looks at Rurik, and he still has his ice-covered blade in his hand. He's not holding it aggressively, but he's holding it. He just looks around.
Did this guy give us our name last time?
Not yet. What about Zraythas and Rurik? What are you guys doing?
Well, I'll be doubtfully, still gonna take a seat.
All right.
And I will, as always, stand to my brother in battle just next to him, leaning on my axe a little bit, and just kind of waiting to see what this lovely priest has to say.
Please, please. You don't have to fear me. You have to fear those creatures that you have just slain. I'm sorry, I did not expect any guests. So I cannot offer you anything to drink or eat. But feel free to have some of your own rations.
Speaking of creatures, what's the difference between them and you?
Oh, pardon me.
A name, perhaps?
I would like to introduce myself, yes. I am not as feral as those creatures are. You may call me Celeste Blue Shell. I serve powers far beyond those you can imagine. Bigger, older, and stronger than any of your gods. The creatures you had slain were minions of an enemy of mine, evil hag. She has her dark, nasty underwater lair right next to the harbor. Name is Agus Siltslap. I'm an ex-ally of hers. But with certain differences growing, I left.
So what is
She's
her
hunting
purpose?
me. What is her purpose?
What's her goal in the city?
Have you never dealt with hags before? Evil witches corrupting everything that is beautiful. Want to gather souls for dark powers? No. Got nothing to do with that. You have neither, apparently.
As he says the word hags, Rurik is kind of getting a little bit nervous and kind of stepping from one foot on the other.
You two bloodhunters may make an, I'd say that's a religion check.
Religion, okay.
Religion or history, one of those.
Okay.
Religion or history?
History I would more consider like folklore, while religion is the really fact knowledge.
I'll go for history.
Sure.
Doesn't make a difference for me, so I'll go for religion.
Rurik, you remember some, dark stories about evil hags with pointy noses and big ugly face, many freckles, old ladies stealing the children, eating them.
That's exactly why Rurik
while
is stepping
grinding
from
their
one side of the
bones.
other.
Yeah.
While grinding their bones to make bone meal and make some cookies out of that. That's what hags are.
That actually
I've
gave me
never heard the
goosebumps.
story of sea hags. Rune, you did do some studies on those creatures. You know they are considered fiends. They are not necessarily natural inhabitants of the material plane of existence, but rather very dark creatures. Depending on the type of hag, I'm sorry. You heard sea hags. Sea hags are one of the fey creatures. But all hags have that in common, that they try to kind of suck the life force out of their victims to claim their souls and sell those to even darker powers.
Okay.
Sea hags, however, are the most disgusting of them all. They are so ugly that it hurts.
Okay.
You know, it can really be frightening if it surprises you and gets you, if you get off on the wrong hand. It's very frightening, their presence, and they can even give you a death glare while you are in that state, which can be very dangerous and well, possibly kill you outright. You're not sure.
So, Blath it was, right?
What? I'm sorry.
I said Slat is your name, right?
Zillet.
Zillet.
Slat. Zillet.
Zillet.
With a double T.
Zillet. You say there are sea hags in the harbor of Waterdeep.
Oh no. No hacks. Singular.
A single sea hag is in the...
Not a coven. No. No coven.
And she was your previous ally, you say?
Yes.
How could you stand to look at her? And he grins.
Well, I mentioned that I serve higher powers,
I see.
and I can withstand some disgustingness, if you know.
I studied the subject of hags, and I know among all the hags, the sea hags are the worst.
As he kind of waves over and points towards the pile of bodies, and also deal with some other nasty stuff.
So, what made you fall out with her?
That's a long story, one not necessarily made for your ears.
I'm sorry, but
As
it's
it says-
difficult for me to trust someone who was allied with a hag.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Advantage.
Come on, Rune. Get some information out of this guy.
Persuasion. Oh. Ooh, 16.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
Considering he's not the most
Very well.
charismatic, yeah.
Bowing up. I mean, you have nothing to fear from me, as you may have realized already. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's what they taught me. That's what my master taught me.
Who is...
So do not fear.
Who is that master?
Names are just very, very, well, let's put it that way, my master's older than any name spoken ever before.
What about names of things
Brizard.
that are a little bit younger, such as the Scourge Dragon Inn? Do you know the way?
Yes, I do. It's not too far from here.
Do you think we'll get there without being attacked again?
Oh yes, I dealt with the other guys. Who were 8 or so.
I
think
point.
that's-
I pull my dagger out. Well, I don't pull it out. I kind of like it just appears in my hand because I'm so roguish. And I point with my dagger at the pile and say, "That was all you."
With a little smirk, he kind of looks you straight in the eye. Might be.
I tilt my head over to Zraythas and say, "Probably best you don't say anything."
But still, I might require your assistance. You seem to be very competent and dealt with some of these guys yourself. And I presume you might even be able to deal with the sea hag, right? As he tilts his head towards the blood hunters. You seem very competent.
And as he says that, I'm kind of like not like pushing Rune a little bit and look like to the priest and like, I didn't know about Hex, but what I know is that they like to make little fellas like me in the cookies and eat them. So I would love not to stab in their layers if not necessary, but we've helped you, as you said, and we're now a friend because we killed your enemy. So I don't trust chit-chat and mumble-jumble. You have to show me that you're a friend. We're looking for some fancy fella, and I'm guessing maybe your fish friends have heard of him or seen him. He's called... and now he looks to the group. I actually forgot what his name was.
Floon? Floon?
Floon.
It was
That was his name.
I have never heard that name before, I'm sorry.
We know you're not a fan of names, so how about a very pretty red-haired male?
He looks you straight in the eye. Do I look like I'd be out, going to bars and taverns? I
Even
am
fish.
Missing something.
Even fish get thirsty.
I apologize
called
for
me
these
fish.
fools.
I kind of like drop my knife and immediately put my hands up like,
No harm intended.
Figure of speech, right, Tamron?
Yes. Silence my tongue for now, friend.
I kind of look at you like,
Anyway, you wanted a sign of good faith. Right, there you go. As he kind of gets out of the bathtub and walks toward the wardrobe where he kind of mechanism clicks you like a and he reaches in and pulls out what appears to be a little vial or potion and slams it on the table. It has like a shimmering looks something like that, pretty bright, like rainbow colors all the way through. Please take this as a gift. Might even help you.
As it is shiny, Rurik, before even he can says that, he's like going straight to the table and would try to grab it and like have a look at it and look then to the priest and what's this?
Give me a second. Just checking. All right, sure. This is something that could help you, especially little one. It's a potion of growth. Temporarily, obviously. Make you bigger, stronger. Might come in handy. He reaches into one of his satchels and throws down 2 more vials that look very differently. They are longer and have like a blue grayish liquid in take these 2 potions. Water breathing as well if you promise to deal with Segus.